Hi guys, it's Sherry. So today we're going to be working on a little bit of fall style earrings. Fall is here and I love the fall time and I want to do something a little bit different. And I have a lot of cane works left over. So I love these beautiful orange leaves and I thought, well, what can I do with these? You know, I have nothing else to do with them for the time being. So I thought, well, I can make a pair of earrings with them. And here, I ordered some cutters from somebody, and I can't remember her name offhand, but she sent me these free cutters, and I thought, well, these are really strange. And anybody that knows me knows I like strange things. And I thought, they're pretty big, but I bet I can make a pair of earrings out of these. So, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to attempt to see how these look as earrings. The first thing that you're going to do is pick any cane that you like. And like I said, I chose my orange leaves. And then I found a Primo burnt orange clay. And then I have my black clay. I put these on my fourth thickest setting. And I'm just going to slice up my cane. And I'm not going to do it too thick. So that's the thickness that I'm doing mine at, okay? Okay, let's see what we got here so far. So I'm going to actually move my black clay closer. I'm going to trim it up a bit. And then I'm just going to lay my leaves on my clay. I'm not going to do them in any sort of fashion. I'm just going to lay them on here close together. And however they come out, when I roll it out, that's what I'm going to get. I like to keep my projects as simple as possible when it comes to things like earrings, because I feel like if you're selling things, you're not going to get a ton of money for earrings most days. So make it fun, make it easy and simple on yourself. I definitely want to use my middle pieces because they're the biggest for my leaves here. Alright, so now I'm going to trim this off. And I'm going to roll this through my roller at my fourth thickest setting again. First I want to take my roller and just kind of make sure everything's stuck on there nicely. Okay. There we go. I'm just going to take a piece of plastic that I have, and I just want to kind of rub it. I'm going to try to get these as flat and kind of all one piece. So we're going to burnish it and just keep rubbing. I like using the plastic because you can really see what you're doing. And these plastic pieces I actually get off of my texture stamps. So don't throw them away. Make sure you're keeping them because they really do come in handy. it's nice to be able to see what you're rolling out, because if you use wax paper, you have to constantly lift up and see what it all looks like. And I think that looks good. I want to do a little bit more here. Okay. And I'm just going to finish it off. Okay. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to put that off to the side, or leave that right there for now. And then I'm going to take regular black clay again. And I'm going to condition it so I can put it through my roller. And to condition it, you're just going to keep taking your new block and squeezing it. You're going to roll it. You want to warm it up and get it somewhat soft before you put it through your roller. Okay, so I just ran this through, and this is my 4th thickest setting as well. I'm going to move this out of the way. I want to, oops, be careful. Put that off to the side. Carefully. I'm going to set this on top of here. Roll it out. If you get a little tear, you see how quick that kind of went right back together? So that's okay. And I'm not pressing hard on this. I just want to make sure I'm sealing up that little crack, and I want to make sure this is going to stick nicely on here. Now I'm going to take my orange. And I want to kind of stick this on here as well. Okay, that's stuck there. And this is my biggest piece, so I know I definitely want leaves on this one. So make sure that I get that all the way through. Maybe we'll do an orange one. We're going to kind of play around with this and see what we can get out of all this. Alright, so now let's lift this up and see what we got so far. Now, I'm going to use more of this. I just want to see what I have going on here so far. I want to cut that off. Carefully lift, because we are going to reuse this. Put that off to the side. Okay. Let's see what we got here. be a nice top. And I'm just carefully doing my sides here. If you get a bunch of leftover pieces on the sides, like I did here, I'm just going to carefully trim them up with my knife because it's easier than trying to blend it all together. Okay, so that's the middle piece, or the biggest piece. And this has a lot of edging on it as well, so I'm just going to carefully cut that away. You do not want to rub the top of your cane, because when you rub it, you're going to smear all that beautiful cane work. So just make sure you pat if you are touching the top. All right, let me clean this area up quickly. Let's see what we have. So that would be the bottom. Not sure how I want to do these. Let's see. Try like this. Oh, that looks really cool. We could do it like that. Yeah, I like it much better like that. The reason I'm lining these up to see exactly how I want them is because when you go to put the holes in, you need to know exactly how they're going to fall on your ear and how they're going to lay. So I do like it like this, but I almost feel like I want to add something else to the bottom. So I'm thinking what I could do is I have these micro cutters. Let me see if I can find a little leaf. There we go. I have a little leaf here. So I can just take a couple of these, I'm thinking. And we could put it right on the edge here. Oh, I like that a lot. And we could even take, hold on, let me see, our little micro cutters, or our hole punchers. Let me see if I can do this. Let me see what this will look like. See if I can. Nope, that's sticking. Hold on. We're going to need our plastic wrap. tiny piece. And I'm just going to do a couple different size holes. All right, let's see how that will look. You have to be very careful with these tiny little ones that you don't distort them. Maybe one up here? Nah, that'll just be too much. All right, so I think that looks really pretty. We could also add one up here, but I like it just like that. I think it looks very nice. So I'm actually just going to take my plastic again. Which side was it? Yeah. And I'm just going to kind of go like this to get all my little fingerprints off of it. And I'm not rubbing hard. There we go. And now I need to figure out how I'm going to connect these pieces. So I'm thinking 2 here and 1 there to make sure that it's completely secure. I want to get my tile. I'm going to clean that quick because I'm going to put this right on my tile. So once I have it all set up, I can just put it right into my oven. Piece on, okay. So I want to carefully set this exactly the way that it's going to be on the ear. This way I know how to put my holes. Okay, let me get the last ones up. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of, before we actually punch holes in, we're just going to kind of mark it with our little dotting tool. This way we know that wherever we put these holes, they're going to be correct. So that's lined up nicely. And I know I'm going to want one here and one right above that. I'm thinking, I wish I would have thought of this before because I would have moved that leaf down a little bit further, but no going back now. So I'm going to actually go right in between, right above. And I am not going to punch holes in these right away. I'm actually going to drill these. Normally I would punch holes in right away, but when you punch the holes in, your clay actually spreads out, and I have a feeling that's going to damage whatever is going on with my stuff here, because everything seems really close. So if I punch a hole in here, it's going to damage my leaf and potentially blow out the sides. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to drill afterwards. But these, by marking this, you're going to know exactly where your hole is going to go when you have to drill. And it's actually a nice starter point because then your drill has something to go into. Okay. So I am really happy with those. Those came out super cute. I do want to, I see that this burnt orange doesn't blend very nice. So I just want to kind of smooth out my edges so it doesn't look so cracked. Okay. And once again, I'm just going to lay my plastic over, try to get some of my fingerprints off. I am very happy with those. I think those came out absolutely adorable. This I could sand off afterwards, so I'm not too worried because I'm going to do just a tiny bit of sanding on these. So let me see what I could do with that. I'm going to put this in the oven for a half hour, and then we'll see what we could do with those. Okay, this time we could do our orange with the big cutter. Hopefully we have, yep, we have just enough room. Okay. Remember not to throw out your scraps because all this can be used for another project. So I'm just setting all this stuff off to the side. I'm going to carefully clean up my edge here. And we're just going to set these right on right away. Okay, so now I'm going to get my little extra sheet here. And I'm going to get my saran wrap again. And I am going to get my little leaf micro cutter because I want to add some leaves up here. I think since we did it on the other one, we should do it on these and see how that looks on the middle pieces. So let's go. And I also have a little pumpkin, and since this is fall time, I'm thinking a pumpkin would look really cute. So let's make some pumpkins. Okay, so let's get our first leaf on. I think we should do one here. And maybe a pumpkin on this side. Maybe a couple pumpkins. Let's see. See what we think of the pumpkins. Oh, that looks cute. Okay, we're going to stick with that. Let's do our next leaf. My one project that my daughter was playing with had a lot of glitter, so now I'm finding glitter everywhere. I don't know if I want to add another leaf, but we'll see how it looks. You know what? I'm thinking maybe a pumpkin down here and another leaf here. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so let's do that. Let's get this pumpkin up carefully. This leaf up. Okay, so now we're actually going to take our plastic again. And I'm just going to mush these down just a tiny bit. Okay, so now we can mark our spots where we're going to drill. Put this in the oven as well, and then when everything's done, baking and cooled off, we will come back. Okay guys, so now my pieces are completely baked and cooled off. And I did these ahead of time, so you wouldn't have to sit there and watch me do 2 sets of earrings, but I think these are just wonderful. I'm so glad that that lady sent me these for free. I really didn't know what they were going to look like when they were done, but I am loving this design. I think they are completely fantastic. They're just so different, and I love different. So let's get on with me showing you how to complete these. So the first thing that I did was I'm going to sand my edges, okay? So I'm going to make sure that I keep all my pieces kind of together here, but I want to sand the edges because they're not completely smooth. So I'm just going to take my electric sander, and then I'm just going to go over my pieces fairly quickly because it's not going to take a lot. I just want to smooth them out from the little rough edges. Okay, so now I'm just going to wipe them off quickly. Kind of get all that dust off of them. So my next step is I'm actually going to drill the holes in, and I just have one of these push screw or push drills, and they're very simple and easy. And that's why we put those little indents there, because now we know exactly where our little drill piece is going to go, and it is very easy. Nothing is going to move on you. All right. So now that I started with the 2 top pieces because I actually want to put the backs on before I do anything else. And to do that, I'm going to do super glue first. Okay, so I'm just going to put a dot where I want them. And the main reason I'm doing this is so I know that my pieces will hold into place. So put your back on exactly where you want it. Okay. I'm going to put those off to the side for now. Now I have another piece of black clay, and I just have saran wrap over it. And I'm taking my hole puncher, but I'm using the white part, okay? And I am just going to punch out 2 of these holes. I am going to use them to cover up the metal pieces, okay? And you're going to want your liquid Sculpey. And I put the super glue on first because I want to make sure that my piercing part is not going to move when I'm putting this on. So I'm just going to lay this out a bit. And you can throw it in the oven just like this. The super glue will burn off in the oven, but my only purpose is just to keep them in place for the time being. So I'm taking my little black dot and I'm just going to go right down and push it right on down, okay? And now I am just going to flatten it with my thumb, and I'm just going to keep flattening it until it's to my liking, or to wherever I desire how flat I want it to be. And I'm just kind of smoothing it at this point because I want it to all blend together. Okay. Make sure everything is exactly where you want it. Put that off to the side. Do our next one. I'm going to stick these in my oven for 10 minutes at 275. And while those are in the oven, we are going to finish up this stuff. So take your drill bit and just continue making your holes. Okay, now that's done. Get this all off to the side. Clean up our mess. Okay. Now I'm going to take my Renaissance wax and I'm just going to put a thin coat over it with my finger. And this will polish these up very nicely. Okay. Put that off to the side. And I have a Dremel here, and I just have a little polisher on here. So I'm going to use this to polish these up. This makes it go super fast. Okay. Now, let me get this off one more time. And now we'll start to assemble some of the pieces together. So we want to make sure that we have the proper ones where they're supposed to be. So just kind of level them up and see which ones look like they fit better together. There we go. Okay. Then get your jump rings. Okay. So that's the size that I'm using right now. And we're just going to take them and connect our pieces together. I want to make sure that my pieces are touching my metal pieces. There we go. There we go. Okay. All right, guys. So now everything is cooled off. So we are just going to quickly repeat the same process as before and just put on our wax. And you see now our back of our earring is completely encased in clay, so we know it can never fall off. Okay. So now we're going to do the last thing, and that's just put on the last 2 jump rings, and our project and earrings will be complete. So put that jump ring in there, slip on the top. Oops. Drop that. And close it. All right, guys, there you go. So how fun are these earrings? I cannot wait. I'm actually going out with my grandson and my daughter and daughter-in-law tonight, and I'm actually going to wear a pair of these earrings because I just find them to be so fun. Anyway, I just find them to be so fun. So I hope you guys really enjoy making these. You can really use any old cane that you have laying around to do something like this. And, you know, when you get those free cutters in the mail, and I mean, initially I was like, what is this? I mean, really play around with them. See what you get, because look at these gorgeous earrings that we just made with a set of free cutters that were sent to me. And I mean, it's so much fun. I looking at it, you're going, okay, well, what is this? But when you cut it out, you have these gorgeous earrings. And I'm sure if you play around with it a little bit more, you could probably think of other things to do with them. So if you like the video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe. It really does help. And as I get more and more people subscribing, that's when I'll make more and more videos. So I hope you guys really did enjoy this. I enjoy doing them with you. And have a beautiful day, guys. See you soon. Bye.